This is your News Source Evening Bulletin for today, Friday, the 7th day of September in the year 2018. Here's what we're tracking tonight. The CARICOM Council for Legal Education opened its annual general meeting at the Guyana Marriott Hotel this morning, with a charge from President David Granger for the council to improve its work to reach all corners of Guyana.
So there's much work to do for the council to improve access to all corners of the Caribbean. These measures should include, if necessary, embracing new technologies that support their objectives. It should ensure also that non-discriminatory admissions to the regional law schools.
The president also used the opening of the meeting to make a pitch for Guyana to get its own law school.
Guyana's need for a greater number of trained legal practitioners cannot be satisfied by the present quotas imposed on our students by regional law schools.
Guyana is currently presenting its case and plan for the establishment of the GOF Law School to the Council. The Council of Legal Education is the body that has to make the final decision regarding the establishment of the law school in Guyana. Guyana's move comes at a time when many Guyanese law students are complaining about the exorbitant fees and costs of living attached to attending the U-Winning Law School in Trinidad and Tobago. Guyana's Attorney General, Senior Counsel Basil Williams.
The CELE, therefore, has a significant role in providing postgraduate legal training and education for lawyers who will shape the legal areas critical to Guyana's future. As Attorney General, I am very concerned about the state of legal education in Guyana. This is an interesting time for legal education. As from the genesis of the CLE to now, our society has changed, and this must be at the forefront of our deliberations.
The Chancellor of the Judiciary, Justice Yonette Cummings Edwards, while delivering her remarks to the attendees, explained that the Council has powers and responsibility to provide professional training for persons seeking to become members of the legal profession.
Functions and powers indeed of the Council are set out in the treaty, and you've heard some being highlighted by the Honorable Attorney General, include powers and responsibility for the practical professional training of persons seeking to become members of the legal profession, to establish, equip and maintain law schools for the purpose of providing postgraduate professional training.
The meeting of the Council of Legal Education has brought together Chief Justices, Attorneys General and other prominent figures in the region's legal fraternity to meet and discuss various issues related to law and the legal fraternity within CARICOM. More news in just a moment.
We can do more with love. We can share strength with love. We can sail off to something beautiful. Yeah, all I need is more of you. All you need is more of me. Our love is all that we need. Yeah, I wanna love, wanna love, wanna love, wanna love, wanna love you right. Gotta let her love, let her love, let her love, let her love for the coldest nights. I wanna love, wanna love, wanna love, wanna love, wanna love you right. Gotta let her love, let her love, let her love, let her love for the coldest nights. So can we?
Thanks for staying with us. Welcome back. Well, one day after the nation's teachers called off their nationwide strike action, their union, the Guyana Teachers Union, is preparing for arbitration. At a press conference this afternoon, the GTU President Mark Light indicated that the union will be looking outside of Guyana for someone to lead the arbitration process. He also stressed the importance of finding someone who is impartial.
It's very important for us to look for someone who will provide a neutral balance for both teachers and government, looking at what the economy can afford and offer, and also looking at what is needed for teachers to be given a livable wage and what other benefits our teachers deserve. So the challenge is finding someone who will not be politically influenced someone that will bring that neutral balance to the team.
The GTU insisted on arbitration because it said it lost confidence in the Department of Labor overlooking the conciliation process, but the union still attended all of the conciliation meetings. Although some teachers stayed away from work today, the majority of teachers were in the classrooms. The union president today issued a call for all of its members to return to work by Monday so that all schools could return to a state of normalcy.
The strike will be called off by the union with immediate effect. The union will ensure that there is full resumption of work at all schools where the strike was in effect no later than 09 a.m. on Monday, September the 10th, 2018. Within 24 hours after there is full resumption, the parties will meet to determine the terms of reference for the arbitration panel as guided by the Memorandum of Agreement between the Ministry of Education and the Guyana Teachers Union dated April 10, 1990.
With the Education Ministry and the Guyana Teachers Union both agreeing to arbitration, they will meet on Tuesday to decide on the terms of reference for that arbitration process. Another man has been charged in connection with the murder of border market cheese vendor Troy Romalo. Appearing before the Chief Magistrate this morning was 32-year-old Roy Stanford from A Fields of Fire. He became the third person to be charged with the same murder. 1 week ago, 2 other men who investigators believe worked along with Stanford were charged and remanded to jail for the cheese vendor's murder. It was on August 15th, while plying his trade on Robb Street, that Troy Romalo was attacked and shot to the chest during a robbery. The men who attacked the vendor reportedly demanded his jewelry, and when he refused, they all got into a scuffle and he was eventually shot. All 3 of the accused were in court today as the prosecution moved to jointly charge all of them with the crime. The magistrate remanded all 3 to jail until the 24th of September, when the matter will continue. During the appearance today, one of the accused, George Patton, told the court that he knows nothing about the incident and currently fears for his life. He said he was a taxi driver and was hired to take the 2 men to the area, telling the court that he was not involved at all. Despite that plea, the murder charge remained against him and he was ushered off to jail in the company of the other 2 accused. The Guyana Police Force has reported that the 5 men who were nabbed in a car with fake license plates and illegal guns yesterday will face the courts on multiple charges. The 5 were intercepted at Grove on the east bank of the Marara in a Toyota Fielder motor car. Acting on a tip-off, a police team stopped the vehicle at Samantha Point Grove and carried out a search. In the vehicle, the police found 2 handguns, a quantity of ammunition, a pair of paste-on vehicle number plates, a knife, a door lock, and a screwdriver. A camouflage cap was also found in the vehicle. While not releasing the names of the suspects, their ages have been given as 27, 28, 29, 30, and 33 years old, and all are residents of the east bank of the Marara. Investigators believe they might have been on their way to carry out a robbery along the same East Bank de Marara corridor. They are expected to appear in court soon. And finally tonight, on Thursday, a joint operation by the police force and prison service at the Camp Street jail found a number of prohibited items. The search unearthed 19 cellular phones, 5 phone chargers, 1 flash drive, 15 cigarette lighters, 2 packs of cigarettes, 5 pairs of scissors, 7 improvised weapons, and 774 grams of marijuana. According to the police, the operation, which lasted for 5 hours, was commanded by 2 senior officers and involved a total of 71 ranks. Meanwhile, a man was arrested outside the Luzaknan prison last evening after he was caught during an attempt to throw several prohibited items in a plastic bag over the prison fence. The bag got caught in the fence, and among the items found were a cell phone and packets of cigarettes. He was arrested after police officers caught him red-handed. He will now be closer to those who were waiting on that failed delivery. And that's your News Source Evening Bulletin for tonight. Gordon Mosley reporting. Have a good weekend.